Today's video is going to be about Battlefield. Battlefield needs a drastic change. It's a great resource for Skystones. However, honestly, it's a chore. It's not fun. Nobody actually likes to do it. We just have to because that's our Skystone resource. For the majority. You can farm it in the exchange center. You can buy it from the shop. But Battlefield is not fun. Battlefield is supposed to be a PvP area. And it doesn't feel like that. It's a PvE mode with some player versus player in it. I'm going to tell you why it sucks. And I'm going to give to us some suggestions on how to fix it. If you like my videos and like my content, hit the sub button, hit the like button, hit that bell dingy dingy thing so you know when I post a video. Let's go, baby. Tip of the day. The old collection challenge has reset and a new one is up. Make sure to do this because they actually added some good rewards. They always add the Devilmon, which is really good. But this time they added a legendary scroll and refine stones. Definitely awesome to refine your gear. The more you know. Let's first talk about why Battlefield is not fun. Number one, this is supposed to be a player versus player mode. But in order to win in Battlefield, you just have to mine more unrefined Skystone over the enemy team and take it back to your base and refine it. This causes Zerg fests. If the team knows the mechanics of Battlefield, you can literally just Zerg the middle, refine as much ore as you want, stay there and then go back to the base and do your thing. However, you can't have organized teams. And if you win, you get more Skystones. If you lose, you get less. So you have to rely on your teammates in order to progress in the game a little bit faster. You can literally top the list without killing or attacking anyone. In my opinion, I think that's stupid, especially in a player versus player environment. And this is what the player versus player environment looks like. It's literally Zergfest versus Zergfest on each side of the Skystone. Really, you don't even need to attack each other. It's just whoever gets the most ore first. Yeah, you can kill somebody and steal their ore, but if you're all Zerged up 6 versus 6, no one ever really attacks. The only time they start to attack is if they see that they have more people over the other team, and that's when they attack. And then they take control of the whole middle. And that's how you win Battlefield. It's just controlling the middle. I'm happy that they added parties again. That at least eliminates some of the RNG of winning or losing. If there's 2 parties, 3 and 3, it does help the situation. However, there's no ranking system. So you could be war heroes and war heroes and war heroes versus some guards. And look at the map here. This is what it looks like. It's all 6 of the enemy team working together, and that's perfect. And if your team is not doing that, then you're gonna lose. Because that's all you need to do in Battlefield is Zerg. And honestly, it's not fun. And because Skystones are such a valuable resource, you need to do Battlefield. How can we fix Battlefield? How can Battlefield be fun to the player? There's a couple things I would suggest to add or change in Moon Shadow Forest Battlefield. I'm not thinking to change everything I'm stating. You can give some, you can take some, whatever. But let me go down the list. And it's not in any priority order either. These are just things that I think would improve the game. One thing I would like to change in Moon Shadow Forest is the middle. Remove the giant mining field in the center. Now hear me out. I think it would be interesting to close off all the entrances to the middle. And maybe at the 2-minute mark, the doors open. And there's some kind of boss that spawns at the 2-minute mark. If you tag the boss and defeat it, then you would get an extreme amount of Skystones. I've played a lot of MOBAs back in the day. And not only do you have to control the lanes and control the map, the jungle, etc., there are objectives on a timed basis that you should control, like power buffs, speed buffs, whatever. And even objectives to increase your resources. And I think having more objectives on the map would make teams think a little bit harder whether to push one area or not. If you can control the middle and defeat the boss, then your team is rewarded. Not only the middle, but there could be different areas in the map where there's actually like mini bosses too that give buffs. like a power buff, or maybe like something to speed up your mining so you can hit these outside mining resources. Because currently no one really hits these at all. There's 8 mining resources on the outside of the middle, and currently they're not really used at all because it's just the Zerg fest for the middle. I think changing some of these outside mining resources to be like mini bosses on like some kind of timer to get these buffs, that can turn the tide of the actual game for a team. You could be down in the beginning, get like a speed mining buff, and have the possibility of maybe catching up to the enemy team. Another suggestion would be each of these 4 nodes where you go and refine your sky stones. I don't think they should just be open for anyone to go in. I think a team should have to like control the node. Say your team controls this node right here, and an enemy goes in there, they won't be able to refine their unrefined sky stones. They have to maybe sit in it for 10-15 seconds to take control of the node so that they can refine their sky stone. I think there should only be 2 areas where you can refine sky stones too, because having 4, you can ignore the enemy altogether, which makes this a PvE environment. Maybe change 2 of the nodes to be like 2 mini bosses with buffs or whatever the case may be. Another suggestion would be to lower the player count entering Battlefield. I like that it's 6 vs 6, but because the way Battlefield's set up currently, it's just a Zerg fest. PvP should have some kind of skill level to it, and really it's not. If you lower it down to like 3 vs 3 or 4 vs 4, I think it would be a more controlled environment in player vs player, where it's not just super Zerg everything. Now, lowering the player count too also has the ability to bring more Battlefield games, and makes it easier for another suggestion, which is a ranking system. Maybe have guard combatant 3 in one group, all the knights in one group, all the warriors in one group, and war heroes in another group, or whatever the case, mix them up, I don't care. But from where I see it, and the amount of complaints that I see and get, where it's already a Zerg fest, and if it's even higher ranks against lower ranks, people are just getting run over. Giving a ranking system too with its own rewards would also have more incentive to play Battlefield. If there was more rewards, you could add some other things to the shop, and it would be a more incentive to play it. We just need something that would focus more on team battles over just zerging. This would mean having like multiple timed objectives open up at the same time, and you gotta pick and choose which ones you want to protect, or split your raid up into different areas. If the enemy decides to zerg one spot, you can at least go and get the other objective at the same time. There needs to be more strategy in Battlefield, in my opinion. But what I'd like you, ladies and gentlemen, is to also comment down below this video and tell me what suggestions you would have to improve Battlefield. I honestly just cannot wait to get a different Battlefield mode other than Moonshadow Forest, unless they make some changes to it. And that's it for today's video. I just wanted to talk about this today because recently I've gotten a lot of complaints about Battlefield, and it's really discouraging to some players. And because I love this game so much, I don't want to see people quit, because you need to do Battlefield. You need to do it for Skystone. And when games become a chore, it becomes not fun anymore. Don't get me wrong, I am still loving the game and having fun, but this definitely needs a change. If you like my videos and like my content, sub, like, ding ding bell. I'll see you in the next one. Peace!